The ports are the lifeblood of our economy. Everything from bananas to iPhones comes through these massive hubs. So when they shut down, everyone notices. That's exactly what happened a few weeks ago when dock workers along the East and Gulf coasts walked off the job. From bustling ports in New York and New Jersey to the sunny docks of Florida, operations ground to a halt. This wasn't just a small-scale protest. It was a major labor action affecting millions of tons of cargo and thousands of workers. Now, you never want to see hard-working people struggling, but there's always two sides to every story. To understand why the dock workers went on strike, we need to look at the issues that have been brewing for years. For these workers, it's about more than just a paycheck. It's about job security in an industry that's changing faster than a TikTok trend. Let's talk Turkey, or in this case, cargo containers. The dock workers hadn't had a raise in over 4 years. Anyone who's been to the grocery store lately knows that inflation has been hitting everyone hard. The workers argued that they were busting their tails, while their wages stayed stagnant. But it wasn't just about the money. Looming over the negotiations was the ominous shadow of automation. Picture robots taking over the docks, moving those giant containers with cold, unfeeling efficiency. The workers feared that these automated systems would make their skills obsolete, pushing them out of jobs they'd held for years. So they pushed back, demanding protections and assurances in the face of this technological wave. After weeks of tense negotiations, nail-biting uncertainty, and enough posturing to make a peacock blush, the two sides finally reached a tentative agreement. The details are still being ironed out, but here's the gist. The workers secured a significant wage increase, putting more money in their pockets. This was a major win for them, proving that collective bargaining can still deliver results. But the port companies didn't just cave. They got some concessions on automation, meaning we'll likely see more robots on the docks in the coming years. Now, whether this is a good or bad thing is a whole other kettle of fish, but it's clear that automation is here to stay. The automation wave. Can workers adjust? Automation is a tricky beast. On the one hand, it can make industries more efficient and competitive. Think about it. Robots don't need lunch breaks, they don't call in sick, and they never complain about working the graveyard shift. For companies, it's a tempting proposition. But on the other hand, automation has the potential to displace workers, leaving them jobless and uncertain about the future. So the question becomes, how do we navigate this new reality? Some argue that we need to invest in retraining programs, giving workers the skills they need to thrive in an automated world. Others believe that we need to rethink our entire economic model, exploring ideas like universal basic income to provide a safety net for those displaced by technology. Union versus non-union, different approaches to automation. The strike also highlighted a growing divide in the labor movement's approach to automation. Unionized ports, like those on the East and Gulf coasts, are digging in their heels, demanding protections for their members. They see automation as a threat and are fighting to ensure that workers aren't left behind. Meanwhile, some non-unionized ports are embracing automation with open arms. Without the constraints of union contracts, these ports are free to implement new technologies more rapidly. This has led to a situation where some ports are steaming ahead with automation, while others are locked in a battle for control of the future. Looking ahead, the future of work on the waterfront. So, what does the future hold for our ports and the people who work in them? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? One thing's for sure, this strike was just a taste of the challenges to come. As automation continues to reshape industries across the board, we're going to see more and more of these conflicts play out. The key is to find a way to embrace technological advancements while protecting the livelihoods of workers. It's a delicate balancing act, but one that we can't afford to ignore. The future of work is changing, and it's time we start having a serious conversation about how to navigate these choppy waters.